Welcome to the ITP Live Show. Sadly, today Laura is not with us. She couldn't make it. However, we have the amazing content creator, the loudest ever, Rita Dahdah. So let's add a sound effect of people tapping. Go ahead.
Loudest ever.
Before we start, make sure to subscribe to ITP Live. Follow Rita on her personal Instagram account. So today we're gonna talk about influencer marketing during the coronavirus. Should marketeers invest in influencer marketing, and what should they update in their strategy?
Influencers in general lost a lot of gigs. We felt that it was a good time for us to support those who we truly believe in without actually asking for money in return. I did still get paid projects, I'm not gonna lie to you, but those brands were not actually heavily affected by the pandemic. So they actually still had a budget, and there were many projects I took on pro bono as well.
So now I want to sum it up a bit. Why influencer marketing is important during the coronavirus. Basically, the traffic on those social media applications like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube has really increased during the lockdown.
For example, YouTube has increased by 15%, like in terms of traffic.
With marketing focuses shifting and the ideal brand tone now becoming one of solidarity and honesty, influencer marketing is more important than ever and can provide value to marketeers.
Like for instance, I got an offer about a month ago. It's an excellent brand, but it's children related. And it's something I would have definitely done maybe 2 or 3 years ago because it had fit into the whole stage that I was in with my son. It's a well-paid project. It's a great brand. It's all of those things. The most important thing for me is not to trick or fool my audience. For me, they're an extended family, honestly. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but because of them, so many doors opened up for me. They made so many things possible in my life. So why would I lie to them and trick them and fool them with things just to get a few dollars into my bank account? You know what I mean? So I had to turn down the offer, and I was like, listen, I'm really sorry, but this is not something I can integrate into my lifestyle. And my OG followers know that brand would not fit into my lifestyle right now, and they wouldn't buy it. They wouldn't believe it. And that would make me lose credibility on so much more.
During the lockdown, influencers offered a sense of community with their followers. What does that mean? During the lockdown, a group of influencers were smart enough to go live and kept their audience entertained and educated about mental health, about how to wash your hands, about fun stuff in general. Influencers are involved with their audience and regularly engage with them. They are best placed to understand their audience, their habits, and how they're feeling about the current situation. Not only do these social listening insights present the ideal findings to allow businesses to build content.
Part of this job is creating content, a big part of the job. As you said, like for example, during Corona, I can't go parading around all of my high fashion purchases and whatnot. It's just not the time to do that. And so what I was doing is kind of giving like a moral boost to my followers, giving them DIY activities for their kids, showing them when I'm having a bad day and how I cope with it. And I was hosting live sessions with professionals who can help with like depression and how to cope with what's happening right now, and a lot of stuff related to that. And I got a lot of positive feedback regarding that. It's because you have to just know what your followers want at this time and how to present it to them in the best way. So if a brand can give an influencer full responsibility. Obviously, when a brand chooses to work with X, Y, or Z, they already should have established that type of trust. So when someone ends up collaborating with me, I love to have freedom in creating. I love to say, for example, this day and this hour will perform better for me. I prefer to do it this way instead of that way. I've had problems with some brands before who were very adamant on doing things a certain way, and the result wouldn't be as good as brands who would give me more freedom.
Let's talk about the 4 things your influencer marketing strategy needs to include during the COVID-19. Point number 1 is ensure your content and messaging is useful.
For example, how the conversion, how it happens on my page, because people trust what I say and they trust when I recommend a person or a thing or a service or a product. And it's because I, honest to God, never lied from day one. And I've only made a mistake once or twice by promoting something and it turned out not to be ideal. And I would actually go online and apologize for it and say, I made a big mistake.
Amazing.
I'm so sorry. For example, today you make a mistake, you don't own up to it. I give you top 6 months and you're over. You're completely over. At the end of the day, a person online, even if you're high fashion, even whatever you are, you have to be relatable. You have to be the person next door.
The second point would be practice empathy and be human. Tip number 3 would be find new ways to connect with your audience.
I think that's a great idea because it's very accessible to the audience. It's very, it's not something where they have to make such a big effort. And it's somewhere where the actual content creator has a lot more freedom, to create, to give ideas, and budget-wise, I think it's also more. It makes more sense to the actual brand.
Point number 4, think about the future. Creating strong relationship with influencers provides a solid partnership that you can benefit from after the pandemic.
The brand treats an influencer like a human being who's going to add value to them, someone who they admire, someone who they feel is unique and important as a brand association. I have brands who have either paid or not paid for me to be a friend of the brand, and then our relationship continues till today because they are amazing. The way they treat the people they work with, the ongoing friendship that happens between brand and influencer, it reaches a point where I don't even care if they're still paying me or not. I just want to keep supporting that brand. I just hope the environment online stays as positive as possible. And let's just spread love and spread positivity and support each other at this time more than ever.
If you guys have any questions, please comment below. Make sure to follow Rita on her personal Instagram. Thank you and see you next time.